the hog market really took a dive and, in 1998, and some of us said, well, maybe we ought to be doing things about getting closer to the consumer.
The Van Gils, DeBryan, and Rosenbaum families have been farming in Oskaloosa since the 1900s. In 1998, the families banded together and formed what is now Vanderose Farms in Oskaloosa.
We touch almost every state, but we have 23 states that we do most of our business in. We focus on breed-specific, source-verified meat items. Today we have about 5,500 customers, about 50% retailers, and about 50% food service or restaurants. The Van Gils family raises all the pigs that we produce, and the DeBryan family has a portion of the beef on our farms, and we work with other farmers for the beef as well that we source animals to our processing facilities.
Vanderose Farm's history runs deep with family roots, and now the Vanderose name is becoming more popular across the United States. In September of 2008, Vanderose was featured in the nationally distributed magazine Cooks Illustrated.
There's America's Test Kitchen based in Boston, Massachusetts, and they brought several bacons in. They ordered it from us, we didn't know who they were, and they took the bacons in their back kitchen. They tested approximately 8, give or take a couple, of various bacons across the United States.
They tried, our bacon along with some that they bought at stores, to kind of try to test what the difference is between bacon you can buy at the store as well as bacon that you can buy from an online ordering system.
Being featured in the magazine took Vanderose by surprise.
We had nothing to do with it. Surprisingly, we just found out from somebody calling us and saying, hey, look at this, you're in Cooks Illustrated.
We didn't know anything about that till it was published in that magazine.
It was very neat in the fact that it's a very respected national magazine. A lot of chefs and retailers see it, and it was just a kind of solidified some of the things we were trying to do with our flavor profiles.
The article put Vanderose bacon on top.
After that, the people on the Today Show invited the Cooks Illustrated people to come on the show, so that too is a surprise. I didn't know that was going to happen.
There's no such thing as bad bacon. There's good bacon and great bacon. I want you to start with this first bacon
right,
here.
And we should know, the bacons we're going to try, some you can only order...
Some are gourmet, mail-order bacon, some are supermarket.
This is mail order.
This is mail order. This is from Iowa. It's a group of farmers in Iowa, and they're using heritage pigs. And this bacon we loved. It's called Vanderose. It's expensive. It's about $14 for this package.
Smoky thing going on there.
Vanderose bacon does cost to get it outside of Iowa, but buying it in-state costs you around $5 a package. So what makes Vanderose bacon so special? They use a special process that is practiced by few companies.
First, you have to start with a sow, like this lady here. Then she's bred with a Duroc boar.
Vanderose uses the Duroc breed because of their meat's pH levels, or the amount of moisture the meat will keep in after cooking. Once the piglets are born, they are nursed on the Van Gils farm and cared for until they are about 275 pounds. Then they are taken to the DeBryan farm, where they are marked and sent off to be processed in Des Moines. The meat is then sent to Vanderose facility in Ackley. This is where the Vanderose unique process is laid out.
In our particular bacon, we take a pork belly off the Duroc pig, and we hand rub it with a cure of brown sugar and curing salts and some spices.
But Steve wouldn't give away the secret recipe.
It's actually Grandma's secret. We then take that pork belly and we lay it in a vat for 7 days. And through osmosis, that outer curing salts that we placed on the belly penetrates into the belly and creates a rather intense flavor. And after 7 days, we then take it out of the vat. We place it into the smokehouse. We're a believer in using very authentic raw materials. The important component is the wood chips as well. So once we get the right cycle set for time and heat, we'll put the wood chips in the sawdust, and this will be cooked and smoked through the smokehouse. It goes through a 12-hour smoke time on that belly. This is a cooling down room, so once we take items out of the smokehouse, we have bratwurst this particular day. We cool it down to a temperature of approximately 30 degrees, or 35 degrees. That brings it down to a temperature that we can then slice and package. So this is a transition point between the smokehouse and the packaging. And we let it cool down, and then we put it into our slicing. This particular machine is called a Bizzarba. It's an Italian-made slicing machine. It's a very unique item, as we can portion size ribeye steaks. We can also slice our bacon. We can slice Canadian bacon into different slices. It's a multi-purpose machine that has done a very good job for us. we package it both in bulk and retail form.
And finally, you end up with this. And then it's sent out and delivered to your grocery aisle. The Des Moines Register recently declared Vanderose bacon the best bacon in Iowa. I wanted to find out on my own if Vanderose bacon would slice into other supermarket bacons and be declared my favorite bacon in Iowa. Burnt my thumb. Now in front of me I've prepared 3 different types of bacon. Over here I've got a thicker sliced bacon, much like the Vanderose brand. In the middle is the Oscar Mayer brand bacon, and then over here I've got the Vanderose bacon. So without further ado, I'm going to do my own taste test and figure out which one I like best. Now I'm going to start with the other thick sliced bacon that is similar to Vanderose's. It's definitely thick cut, lots of pepper on it. This one's not too bad. Now I'm going to try the Oscar Mayer brand, or your generic store brand, the type of bacon most people usually buy. Definitely thinner, not as thick as this style, but equally as good. Not as much pepper flavor on that one. And now let's give the Vanderose Farm's bacon a try. Very good here. Lots of texture. It's very, I don't know, it's almost borderline ham tasting. I'm not sure, but the brown sugar cure and the pepper in there is very nice. It's very nice flavor. Almost too much pepper on this one though. So it's come down to the wire here, and I'm gonna have to say, I can't go against the Vanderose. It's my favorite bacon in Iowa. It's hard to imagine all of this is done out of Oskaloosa.
All of our lives we've raised pigs and then taken a market and say, what do you give us for it? And kind of at the mercy of the market. Now we have a kind of a special product that we can set the price on ourselves, and right now we're sold out of bacon, so that's exciting.
We get calls from people all over the U.S., asking about our products, seeing it on Today's Show, seeing it, in the paper, seeing it in Cooks Illustrated. It's really awesome.
To be honest, it still feels like day one when we started the company. It's just a very grassroots company, but it's very rewarding to where it came today.